I mean, it's an interesting strat, just hiding out. You know, they're looking for something. I just don't know if they're going to walk up.
I think doesn't look like MexiGods are going to fall for it here. They don't actually commit any members. I don't know if they know they're in there, though, is the problem.
And we just talked about the change in roles here, but, you know, we've got Ivan on the Ashe.
Ivan has moved to the 80 carry role and they put Hades top. Okay.
What the hell moment.
Yeah, interesting.
But that would explain a lot about the change in style. Going from that more kind of point and click caster style that the Caitlyn is to a DPS style in the Ashe.
Yeah, I feel like Ashe is definitely a carry as opposed to a caster. Like she's, you know, most of her damage comes from Aurora attacks, but yeah.
No, I'm saying Caitlyn's the caster because it's all about the makes you land the Q, the E, and to get the headshots as well. Still fairly DPSy though.
Yeah, they're both very DPS, very much. But anyway, as we move into early lanes, let's look at runes here. So we can see Conqueror is for Hades, Zeus. We got it on Poseidon as well. Also Conqueror for the Xayah as well. So that's an interesting one. I'd have assumed it would have been a lethal tempo angle.
I think you have to take lethal tempo on Xayah for the feathers. So I don't get that. I don't get the
see how it plays out for them, I guess. But early laning is going over to Hades here. He has taken the ignite, so it's definitely worthwhile noticing that because obviously, you know, the Mundo's self-healing is massive, and being able to cut that pretty much in half with the ignite will be super strong. But if, like last game, Poseidon paths topside, they could really punish the Set because Set not having the TP means if he loses waves, you know, he's down XP, he's cooked. He can't just TP back to lane and catch the wave. He has to time it effectively. But
I don't know if it's just me, but it seems quite aggressive with nothing happening. You know,
yeah, they got a little flash there. But, okay, that's going to be first blood for sure.
That's just a dead Mundo. He went to the doctors and he says, "Yeah, you're burning up. You've got a fever. Fever for a big fighter." So Set will be happy with that. And yeah, stark contrast. You know, last game it was BBL taking lead in the top lane, punishing Ivan. Whereas it's Ivan now having the lead in the bot side, where you know, they've always had the lead from the last series as well. So
yeah, I mean, we can see that Poseidon has changed his pathing here. He looks like he's looking to play more around the bot side and the mid side. We didn't really call it, but they did actually get the flash in the mid lane. And okay, it looks like we might have a play here. W is going to come out by the Victor, going to keep himself safe, and Zeus is here to make sure that nothing else happens.
Bit sketchy walking back up there. You know, he was putting himself in harm's way, but he does get away with it.
Look on the minimap where the Jarvan is sitting though. He's looking for beef.
Flagging drag here. Doing some nice damage onto this Wukong. There's the flagging drag there. Silas with the chains there. Will knock him up, and Svaros will kill the Thunder God himself. Really well played from that middle jungle duo.
For sure. I think it was really clean by the Jarvan to sit in the bush and wait there for him. I assume that Zeus was looking to see whether or not the second crab had been taken. Maybe a little bit greedy. But nevertheless, it works out for him.
Yeah, it's also the mindless walking from Chem there, you know. Just walking through a bush just without almost AFK. It's just something you got to watch out when you're in these 5v5 situations. You might get away with that in solo queue, but people are going to be coordinating like that, and they'll know exactly how they want to play it. So really well played.
I think it's interesting to see that the Wukong, as soon as he got back on the map, pathed immediately bot lane. He does have almost all of his camps up here, and it looks like Poseidon No, never mind. He's not actually going to go back onto his camps here. He's actually going to make a start on this Drake, but Jarvan is on the way. I don't know if they know it's happening, though.
I think they do, because they've got Scuttle. It's an interesting call. I always like to do a test of water to make sure they're paying attention, but we know, Poseidon is paying attention to the map, as we saw from game 1. And looks like Chem's going to pay the price. Poppy's going to get the kill on the J4, though. Chem is forced to kind of retreat. And blue side, BBL, they get a nice return here. 1 for 1, and yeah, you lose your jungler, but your AD was the one that gets the kills, and you don't want to give this Xayah any ammunition.
For anyone who saw the last game we just watched, Xayah is a dangerous champion when she gets gold, and they are well on their way right now. But Mundo, 1 tick of health, he's healing, he does get the ultimate off, he is alive. Okay. Very close to death there.
I actually think Hades could have easily got the kill there if he had just let that 1 tower shot come in and then used the grip. The face melt or whatever it's called, the W. Because that would have been enough to claim the life of V-Time. But instead he's just going to push this wave in, and yeah. Mundo isn't trying.
He does take a shot, takes the second one.
Yeah. Does manage to get a proc of damage onto the Mundo, which does trigger the turret. But Poppy's doing well to deny Lyros to actually play the game here. As the flag and drag comes in, we didn't talk about it, but it's also a nice counter to the J4 as well. The steadfast presence.
Yeah, I agree. It shuts down 3 of the 5 members of BBL if they play it correctly, right? Like, Zvaros is going to want to throw himself. No, it doesn't stop anything from Xayah. No.
I suppose
Xayah's ultimate. No. Xayah's ultimate is not a dash. She just becomes invulnerable and then drops back down. It doesn't do anything to her, but it does to the Sylas and the J4 and the Rakan, and those are all of their primary engage tools, which you just see big engage there.
Yeah, Chaos Storm should try and pick one up on the backside, but it's not strong enough yet, and it's not going to get a stack for that. But this Cataclysm into Sylas combo is disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, Sylas being melee range and having the ability to dash over that wall is essentially leaving some of these immobile carries in, a sitting duck kind of position, right? Oh, Enchanted Crystalline Arrow is going to come out there.
Doesn't get much steadfast presence come out from the Poppy, and she's just walking them down. Poppy's a fun champ. And we're going to get a fight with the here. We are going to see, J4 starting them up. He will get the first one. The hot shot get them out. I think he didn't get the second one. The smite coming up from Chem, and now they're running away. The face melter. The set does set things. I think it's the only way to describe that. As we see Sylas going back in now onto the Victor. He has the set out there, so interesting to see how that goes. Especially when they've got a set to bounce down into the enemy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll see whether or not Sylas can make use of that set ultimate in the next minute or so while he still has access to it. I think if Victor steps up poorly in lane, he may be able to actually solo kill him with it. Because there is a bit of range on the set ultimate as well. Like, it's not just a melee range thing. You can kind of get someone from about 100 or 200 units away. So,
You have to be careful here, because, set still deals a lot of damage. Doesn't quite use that W well enough to take enough damage. And now Sylas has walked up with the set ulti. I'm expecting he's going to try and pull him back out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't quite do enough. But the infected Bonesaw will. A great play. And you don't lose too much. Yeah, your wave gets crashed in, and he's going to allow Victor to roam bot. But you'll take that, especially with the Dark Seal on this Sylas.
Yeah, I think getting the Sylas ahead is a really important objective here for this team. If he can do a lot in the game, he should be really impactful. But we see on the other side of the map, with Hermes coming down in the bot lane, they're able to punish Lyris there, who is not having as clean a game here on the Rakan in comparison to his Nico in game 1.
It looked a nice start. He got in, he dodged the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, problem was, once that escape tool's done, they all just latched onto him, and Victor dodges the chains there by walking in a straight line. I don't know what Silas was aiming at there, but Hermes gets away with one there. As
Can actually take this 1v1 though. Unfortunately, the Poppy is here though, so it's not quite a 1v1. And oh, this is another really iffy jungle fight here. This is still actually the first Drake. No one took the first one. And oh, Lyrus gets it.
You were talking about how he's not having as clean a game. Well, he'll take that with a grand. I think it was a grand entrance. That ended up taking the dragon there because early smite's coming out, and Victor is just dead again.
That is rough here for Hermes. A stark difference here between game 1 and game 2, I think, for Hermes. This I don't know. It's the lack of protection. Victor obviously isn't as protected. He doesn't have the reflect. He doesn't have the invulnerable that champion like the Mel has, right? But he is. Yeah, he's having a hard time here. He's down in CS. He's, the Silas has picked up kills in mid and beyond. So he's got 6 stacks on his Dark Seal, and he's sitting on the Proto Belt as well. Proto Belt is a really problematic item for Victor here as well, because it's going to allow. We spoke about how mobile Silas is, and the Proto Belt is just another tool in his arsenal to get even closer to Victor, to close that gap. So it means the effective range that Victor has against him can be mitigated, right?
Well, that's it. As we're seeing in the chat, Mundo has got the push portion of the build on the go. He's just waiting on that third push. Then the glasses will go down, and then he'll be fine. As we see Poseidon, he will get settled into the face melter, but it will be the Set and the Mundo who will get the kill onto the Set. And it's just, he will get the block from it. But that should just be money towards his Warmog, scoring quite nicely for the Mundo.
No, for sure. I think the Mundo is going to be more than happy to take that. He's been having a really rough lane. The Set has specifically built to combat Mundo as well. And okay, here we see the Proto Belt in action. And Svalros just turns Hermes inside out. And it's really rough.
Kills. He's doing it in the exact position where the tower can't quite reach him. We're talking by pixels at some points. That's a plate to the bot side. It feels a stark difference to bot side. Lyrus will have to use the quickness to get out. Doesn't quite, but the feathers will pull back from the Xayah. Xayah will root them just enough to get them out. Silas might have the chains, but Mundo has the belts.
Yeah, the Mundo was rocking the tri-belt. I definitely shot at Hot Topic level of belts, but he's got Warmogs now, so he's doing something different. He's definitely activated at this point. I think it's going to be quite hard for Set to kill him unless he just lets the Set wail on him for a while. But yeah, we're gonna see if anything changes here. I think top lane should start to swing in BBL's favor, and mid lane is just a shellacking right now. Flash into the ult there. I think Swaros may be dead though. I don't know. Never mind. They got 3 members. He's gonna heal off of this. Oh, he does go down. He tanked the turret shot by mistake, and it actually costs him his life. Meanwhile, in top lane,
I literally just got finished saying how he was so clean and making sure he's engaging just on the edge of that. And he just overstepped one too many times there. The only positive for the side of BBL, the Victor has no kills, the Ashe has no kills, the Wukong has no kills, the Set only has 2, and 2/3 of the kills are on this support Poppy.
Don't worry, bro. Artemis will carry. Trust. Source, trust me, bro. It's just the Poppy is just goated, like we said, 3/5 of the enemy team, just cucked hard by this Poppy pick, by the Steadfast presence. So the money on there. Getting that Deadman's Plate and the Swifties is definitely useful. But no, I agree. I think that Hermes is in a stark contrast to game 1 right now, where they have no gold anymore.
Quickness from the Rakan. Yeah, that's the problem. You know, Poppy might be quite tanky, even with the Deadman's Plate. You know, she's a tight champion to kill anyway. But when the Xayah, the Rakan, the Sylas, and the Jarvan are there, yeah, and this is what happens when Mundo gets to play the game. Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
If you're the side of MexiGods, you're thinking, right, this is... Oh my god, yeah.
Oh no!
I'm going to rephrase it. If I'm the side of MexiGods, the game's not over, but I'm talking about game 3 at this point.
I think so. It's only a 3k gold lead. I don't know if it's that egregious.
Like, it feels worse than it is. And you gotta think...
Speaking of, look at what's happening to Poseidon right now. He just really committed there, and they get 2 quick kills. It's like, as soon as you said they should be thinking of game 3, they were like, nah, bro, shut the fuck up, turn it on. And suddenly, here we are. They pick up 2 quick kills, and now the gold lead is only 1,000, or 1.5k. The gold is still not really on priority targets. They got 1 on the Wukong and 1 on the set, but do you know what? If they can drag the game out enough that CS can get Victor to where he needs to be and Ashe to where she needs to be, I think the game is still winnable, no? The problem I think they're going to have, BBL Draco may be taking damage here. Never mind, I think he's safe. I think the problem they're going to have here is that Sylas is really strong, and if he can get onto the right people in the team fights, then they shouldn't be able to win.
And that is not said at that point in the fight.
No.
Set, you need to deal with Set, but it's not Sylas's job. Because if Sylas gets caught up, he's just dead.
Yeah. Sylas's job in this game is to get onto Ashe and to get onto Victor and eviscerate them before they get to DPS in the fight, right? Because if he can do that, then they can't kill the Mundo. Without Ashe, they can't kill Mundo. Without Victor, they shouldn't be able to kill Mundo, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Ashe hasn't really played a part in the game right now. She's been doing her job, she's been farming, she's been getting vision, she's been doing the role of an AD carry, but as a top lane AD carry. You can tell that from Ivan, the way he's playing it. He's not in these fights. He's away in another world farming minions while Xayah's roaming down getting those fights. Like look now, he's so late to this fight where everyone else is rotating, and I think that's the top lane element there, but the arrow is going to come out. Will start up the J4, but not in time to save the Poppy. Now on the top side, Set is dealing with the Sylas. Meanwhile, Mundo is just chasing away the Monkey King. Sylas is going to fight under the tower with the Set. They both have Set. I believe that was Sylas using... No, Sylas hasn't used his yet. But if you're Sylas, you're fine with that. Like, you took the scariest man, really, on their side, held him off, while your team executed a great team fight.
I think I really do kind of hope they get Sylas out of this side lane right now. I don't think you want him to match. Yeah, you want Mundo to match the Set right now. I think not Sylas. You want Sylas to be fighting people he can actually kill, which is not Set right now. Set is very strong and just also inherently beefy, so Sylas has a hard time killing him. But if they can get Sylas up in a side lane against Victor or Ashe or even Wukong, honestly, I think he would be fine. I think he can be able to actually extend his lead right here, but it looks like Ashe is gonna get caught up.
He's just dead.
Yeah.
And they
really well.
If they decide not to take the tower, Wukong get a triple cyclone there. As the minions will fall, J4 is caught behind enemy lines. The Demacian King can't get out because of the steadfast presence. Rakan is trying to save the King, and the King's gonna use the... Oh my lord, that's disgusting. Ooh. That is absolutely disgusting. Game 3, folks. Yeah, that was... Oh my lord.
I gotta say that was really cleanly executed by Lyris there. Lovely two-man knockup.
And then there's that. Holy mother of God. I wish we'd had the replay function working. As Zyra does go up into the feathers. Will pay her life, but they're going to get the Atakan in return. That fight was so clean. J4 should not have lived that. He was illegal. You know, like, what? And that was insane.
But you mentioned the J4 right now. J4 is 2-3-11 right now. He's been a part of 13 of his team's 16 kills. And what is going on here? Does no one have smite, dude? Holy. I don't know why they held out. He literally, it does say he has smite. So, man, I don't know what happened there, but...
I think he unbound it. I think this is called the Day Zero cosplay.
Okay. Alright. Last time, you know, like everybody gets one, but relax now.
It's the Day Zero challenge. Take all the
challenge.
Take all the objectives without smite.
Crazy. Might be going for a steal angle here though.
It's fine. We've got two junglers here. One who can't smite and one who talks shite. It's fine.
Oh, that was a really bad flash there by Java, and he's going to not get anything off of that. But the team are going to try and turn it into some kills here. I don't know if this works out for them, though. We see a nice blast cone. Words are hard. And now the Cyclone comes out. I think this might be an easy fight here for MexiGods. They're going to be able to pin up the Jarvan against his own Cataclysm. Silas comes in big, though, with the double kill onto the Poppy and the Victor. A triple kill here, but now set. Like, this is a really torn fight. The front line of BBL are just not there to protect the back line, and they go down. And now, after everything is said and done, it's actually a positive fight for the MexiGods. Holy. Zeus might go down here to his TV time. But...
Window gaming. So, what did we learn from that fight? Top laners don't die.
Well, yeah, but I think also it is big for the MexiGods. No, they were behind significantly, and it was a 4-for-4. So it's still big for them, though.
That's mega for the MexiGods.
I believe they got some shutdowns as well. I'm pretty sure.
Your Silas had a shutdown. Pretty sure Zaya had a shutdown as well. The other one was a turret on the bot side, though, to the minions. But you're exactly right. You know, it's kept that gold lead close, and the difference of that smite being used in the jungle. I don't know what Poseidon's playing at, because that's like 3 or 4. Once it happens, is fine. But it's like 2 or 3 objectives now. Rakan's taken one. You know, there's been that dragon there for the Wukong, when it was literally all you have to do is press F, and it smites the objective, and it's just hopefully it doesn't cost him.
I was gonna say I don't think that the Drake fight there was so much about his the missing smite. Although we see he's about to get killed here by Hades. Jesus. Arrow is gonna go wide, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Zeus is here. Oh my God, Zeus got popped! Holy shit, he did nothing there, unfortunately, and I think Hades might be next here. I think they've got the whole team here ready to kill him, and Zvaros is 12-2 on this Silas. Holy.
You know what, he had such a bad game 1, it could only go differently when you put him on a champion like a Silas. You know, he said, put me on a magic character fight. Oh my lord. Yeah.
Unofficial triple kill, up them.
If Hermes was MVP game 1, for me it's the Silas game 2. Both mid laners.
The mid laners here.
Yeah. Really, really well played. And yeah, you know, it's this time it's the Victor's turn to go 1-7. Question is, if we get a game 3, who has the advantage? But I do like the switch they've done, you know, playing a much more tanky, just pure tank in the top lane. Casante's nice, but he just couldn't get enough thing. A scaling pick like the Mundo is just so good. Pops the ult to get away from the Ashe and the Steadfast Presence. Will only just pop the passive. Meanwhile, J4's just saying your jungle's mine now. It's now part of the lands of Demacia. And all of a sudden we've got a 6k gold lead here for no reason.
Yeah, more like 5, yeah.
when we were saying a couple of seconds ago that a great fight for red side, but blue side have just answered back and done what they needed to do.
Yeah, I think that what I would say is that we've had there was a few, we've like a small selection there, maybe 2 or 3 fights back to back, where Zvaros got to do insanely good things for his team, right? That's why he's now 13, 2 and 7. He's been a part of 20 of his team's 23 kills. Nothing on the map is really happening without his say-so. And oh, this is a very flippy Baron here. We know the pings are coming out. They know it's happening.
This is the ultimate Hail Mary, right? You're down. You've got some runaway team members. You've got that Poppy who can just take them out. And you've been winning smite fights. You don't even have to make it a smite fight. Now let's see if they can get out the fight with the buff. And it looks like they do. They are going to get everyone out, and that is mega for the side of MexiGods.
100%. Now, what we need to keep our eye on here is what do they do with the buff, right? So cool. They secure the buff. They deny it from BBL, but now they have to make something of it. They need to shut the gold lead. They need to shut the gold gap. Sorry. Where they can, right? We see BBL have made their way straight towards this Drake. They want to even up the Drake score. They're going to catch Artemis on the side here, and I think that they should just be able to run him down. Lyris is going to get that kill. Now, what is awkward about that, though, is sending their front line to go and kill Artemis has allowed MexiGods to kind of get a beeline in towards the actual Drake, but unfortunately, they actually get scared off, and the Drake is going to go over to Poseidon. They do have push in the lane, though. We see Hermes has to burn his flash to keep himself safe. Poseidon here is looking for something. He's gonna flag drag onto the Victor, but his team can't help him right now.
They're just overcommitting. And
this is such a messy fight. Yeah, I was gonna say this is so rough here for the side of MexiGods.
You done so. Oh, never mind.
Okay, Hades getting a double kill though. This is super messy. I don't know who wins this. So Varos is trying to get in. He is going to get in. He's going to get that 16th kill of the game for himself. And yeah, okay, all right. So I think that's literally every Baron buff gone. They got nothing with the Baron. And it looks like they're about to kill Artemis again. And that's going to be an ace here. Okay.
Question
God damn.
How do you see MexiGods winning this from here? Because you're starting to lose every fight in the extended fights. You're about to lose your tier 2 in mid eventually when the minions get it. There we go. How are they going to get back into this?
All right, so let's think. What's the win con of their team, right? Their win con is they need Victor to be strong and they need Ashe to be strong for them to be the consistent DPS. Set is already strong, so we can look towards him. They have a lot of really strong knockups, right? They have the Cyclone. They have technically not a knockup, but the Set ult does obviously pull someone off the ground and fling them. And they have the Poppy ultimate, right? So they have really good ways of being able to take at least one person out of the team fight for a prolonged period of time through either kind of knocking them up repeatedly or by sending them to basically to hell with the Poppy ult to say we're fighting without you being here. So I think your play here is remove Zvaros from the fight no matter what. We cannot fight if he is on your screen. You cannot fight with him there unless you know that Ivan's Ashe is safe, right? If it's like, oh, there's a wall between us and he's focusing someone else, so I can focus him down without him trying to target me, that's a different story. But in a fair 5v5 where he's going for the enemy backline, you can't fight with him on the same screen. It's just not okay.
Thomas, this Mundo is completely in push mode right now.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of damage though.
Yeah, I was going to say, the problem is for Mundo is that they've actually built to deal with him, right? They have Blade of the Ruin King on Hades. Hades can 1v1 him, and we see Hades is going to go in with the ultimate here onto Zvaros. He's going to lose his ultimate over to the Silas as well. Pops a W, but BBL have committed for members here, and they're going to be able to kill him fairly handily and keep their gold lead here at about 5k as we hit the 30-minute mark. But yeah,
it's an okay investment because it's not really. I mean, I can't see timers here. but I don't think there's anything crazy up on the map. You know, Baron's still got, well, there we go. Yeah, we've got about a minute, 2 minutes on every objective. A big fight here in the jungle. Zeus getting a massive set of knockups here. He's still alive. Even with the Cataclysm, will eventually fall to Svaros. But that was a lot of time considering how far behind he actually is.
Yeah, I'd like to see his build again, just to double check. I have a feeling he's gone for the same build he went last time, where he's prioritized the Sundered Sky, knowing that his job in this game is not to deal massive DPS, but to keep himself alive and to keep his carries alive as long as possible. But either way, we're seeing the crackdown here onto this tier 3 bot turret, and now the inhibitor's going to go down. Hades is looking to maybe make something happen here. He does big damage onto Lyris though, and now Svaros is going to go in. They are going to be able to kill Artemis, but 3 more members of the MexiGods are there to make sure they don't push any further, and now Hades is maybe looking for something. He knows that the Jarvan was there without having vision, just based on the fact he had Frozen Heart on him. And he's really low HP though. Enchanted Crystalline Arrow is going to come out. They're going to go and make a fight of this here. Oh.
He gets 2! Oh my, no way. Mundo gets 2.
I don't know.
No way. A Quadra for
really
Ken.
Big.
That's not big, that's bloody massive. Set's alive as well. You wanted a gold injection, that is your gold injection. A massive overstay for the MexiGods, for the Beer Before League team there. And that's not what you wanted at all. A lot of shutdowns onto this Wukong, who had a really quiet game. He was there for the fights, same last time. You know, he's not been necessarily the one being the flashiest. He's done his job, and then when clutch came to shove, he was there with the Cyclones, knocking them all up, doing all the damage. Now he can finally get some items and become a champion. Really well played. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he probably got an entire item off of the gold he got injected in that fight, so I'd love to see what items he has active right now. We just saw he dropped a fat stack of cash right there, yeah, so...
$2,000, so you've got to imagine that's just a full completion there.
Yeah.
And we are going to see...
It might be a death stance, I'd assume he'd go for next here, because he wants to live as long as possible.
You need something just to kind of keep you alive, allow you to play the game. Allow you to get those Cyclones as we J4 look for that fight. I don't like this combo. They do have the quickness and McCann to try to do the Ash Arrow. Does go wide. Set is here on the flanks. Victor using his laser from downtown. Silas will steal that out. Not necessarily the best ult. It's not a bad ult by any stretch. But as we're getting to this point in the game, you know, 30 minutes in, we're getting to the dark days where the game could end here. As Poseidon gets caught deep, will get out. The Poppycopter won't get anything and should just reset. Goes back on cooldown, but only a wee bit.
I was gonna say, with the Baron being up here, this is super dangerous. They're trying to just bait into a fight here, and they do actually catch Artemis. Artemis is gonna go down. Meanwhile, TV Time is in the enemy base. He's just causing a ruckus here, and I think, he pops the Ash. Oh no, and he might be able to get out here. As soon as that Warmog starts to heal him, I think he's gonna be able to be fine here. Meanwhile, Zeus is gonna be fighting Svaros on the top side, and that's gonna be a no, Victor stole the Nash.
Oh my god, what is up with Junglers this series? What is up with the Junglers this series? Like,
Victor got it with his ultimate, I'm pretty sure. Just stole the Baron right there. Poseidon's having a really hard time with these neutral objectives this game. I sympathize with the man greatly.
The problem with blue side comp is as soon as the Mundo dies, you go from a nice siege comp to a very picky comp.
Oh, this is really messy. This is really messy. I don't know how I feel about this dive here. Poseidon's probably going to die here. And now the fight is for MexiGods. You know, Svaros is cool. He's on like 10 HP right now. If he eats one turret, he's dead. Ooh, he actually outplayed it and made it out safely. But I think Lyris is going to die for his sins. Enchanted Crystalline Arrow is going to land, and like I said, there we go. The Rakan's going to die. And, this might be a turnaround.
Is this League of Legends or Robot Wars? Because this is carnage, devastation. Like, what are we watching? Blue side, they were so far ahead. But when it came to sieging, as soon as the Mundo died, they don't have any siege. Whereas red side have a great comp for dealing. Victor is well and truly skilled. Wukong is in this game with a Black Cleaver now. You know, Victor's got his hat. He might be 2 in 10. But those 3 items are the key 3 items. And then Ashe is doing what she needs to do. Getting those assists, getting that vision.
We apparently we apparently got confirmation from Twitch chat that the reason why the Baron went over is because Jarvan flag and dragged out of the pit without smiting it, and Hermes was able to auto attack it to death.
I mean,
so that, well, we would see that on the replay, but unfortunately here on the B sides the replays are a bit scuffed. So we're working on that, but you know, that is crazy.
I am just, yeah, I have no words. I have absolutely no words, and that could cost their team the game here. Because MexiGods, their stage a coup here. You know, that lead has collapsed. And you gotta think...
Not only is the lead collapsed here, but also the lead is less meaningful at this point in the game. Like, as time goes on and as people get items, it doesn't really matter how much the gold lead is, right? We're at 37 minutes in game. Everybody's got at minimum 3 items other than the supports. So, like, you know, it doesn't matter that there's a 3k or a 4k gold lead, because if everybody's still hitting most of their core build, they do most of their job. And
it's a level 18 set.
Yeah. I mean, most people should be level 18 at this point. I think the only well, we got 18 in jungle.
Both supports are 14, but everyone else, besides surprisingly the Sylas and the Xayah. But it's because Sylas has been so kill hungry. And that is cool.
That's Soul. Yeah.
Like, we talked about how Mundo's in the base.
I think Poseidon's dead.
Like, Poseidon's just dead.
Yeah.
He's dragging it on, trying to buy time for this Mundo. You know, they've got reinforcements back up there. Xayah's just dead. Then Shanty Dara will slay her partner. And we were talking, you know, I asked you about 5-6 minutes ago, what do MexiGods need to do to have a shot at winning this? The answer is exactly what they've just bloody done. You know, they're now the ones in the driving seat here. You know, 30-second dev time is on 3/5 of the beautiful league team. Silas is playing the game, as now Set is right in the heart of it. Silas will finally fall to Chem's Wukong.
Set just delivered Svaros into his team, and he was like, "Oh, thank you. I love kills." That's so rough, but it doesn't really matter here because now it's Mundo against the world. Fortunately for Mundo, both the major carries are dead, but I'm not gonna lie to you, this set is strong enough to kill him right now, I believe. And with all of the CC tools they have, I don't think he's getting out of this one. He's gonna pop ult, but I think he's still gonna go down here, and then Hades is gonna go unstoppable, and we're gonna see the Cyclone come out here. A lot of damage coming up by Xayah onto the enemy team, but it's not gonna be enough, and now Poseidon is alone. His 1v3 in his own base, and we see the Steadfast Presence is gonna come out, and Jarvan is gonna take some damage here, but I don't think he should die. Low health bars here for MexiGods, but they are waiting for their wave. Their wave is gonna crash in like 8 seconds, and we have 10 seconds until the Sylas is up. Can they do it? TP is coming out here by Hermes. He's gonna make sure that he's there for this last stand. I don't think Jarvan's got it in him right now to stop these guys, and we see Sylas is gonna come out. He's gonna drop the dab emote because he's trying to make something happen here. Victor ult has been stolen. He's gonna try and stop these guys from doing something, but we see Hades is just gonna ignore him, and he's just gonna hit the Nexus, and it's not gonna matter. The game's done. Game's cooked. MexiGods make it. They are in losers semi-finals after an amazing comeback.